Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Phil Friedman here with the morning briefing on Friedman Adventures. It's great to be back with you all. We've got so many stories. In fact, I am just back from our Friedman Adventures trip on the Malihini, and we got a goose egg. But that doesn't tell the entire story. I have some video from the wheelhouse of the Malihini that I know you're going to love, so hang on for that. Of course, we'll cover kelp patty action, the bluefin tuna action, the ensenada bite. We'll take you up to the Channel Islands where there was some wide open barracuda fishing and sea bass fishing continuing in some windy conditions. That wind is going to get back out of the picture here really, really soon. So much more for you right now on the morning briefing. Good morning, everybody. It is great to be with you all. Boy, that was a frustrating long day on the Malihini, and that does not say anything about the great people who were on board. I can't thank them all enough for showing up, and the great crew on the Malihini and how hard everybody worked. But boy, that was a tough day. Anytime you get a goose egg, it's a long day. But having said that, why don't I just run up to the wheelhouse of the Malihini? Bill Wilkerson up there working super hard. In fact, I think guys work harder when you end up with a day like we had than they do when it's wide open, because they're burning their eyes out with the binoculars trying to find a kelp and trying to make it happen. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. So we ended up in a zone where we saw lots of big bluefin tuna, and we lost every single one that we hooked. I mean, they were big. And then we got into a situation where Bill and I were talking, and Bill's like, God, I like what I'm seeing here. I love what I'm seeing here, but I don't know if we can get them on the boat. Should I leave here and go try to find a kelp? Should I stay here? And that's just some of the stuff guys go through. All right, up to the wheelhouse of the Malihini. Here's Bill. Check it out.
Back of the boat. Grill right off the back of the boat. See it right next to the boat here, guys. Come on, get your jigs in there. Come on, somebody hang one of these fish. Get him here. Very nice school. Very, very nice school. Jeez! Look at this school!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, mama!
Oh my God!
Somebody gotta hang one of these fish!
God almighty, Bill!
We've been connected on both tops here, but
6
more fish above me now. Looking to the north here, just for what's north of you. I know everyone looks like they kind of got together down the southeast there.
Dude, I'm gonna send you a picture of the school I just ran over. It's solid from 10 fathoms to 30 fathoms, bro. Oh, look at it blowing up on the side of the boat! Come on, I know you're here. Where you at?
Oh man, Steve was fishing a Salis 6X Junior blue and white. Bent the hooks on you, straightened it out, but man, that was a big one, Steve. All right, get after it again.
Oh, there's a biter! Oh, we got a biter! Let's drop those jigs down. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Guys, work their jigs! Oh, look at all that fish, dude. Grill, 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 grill. Mike, work, grill, 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 grill. Drop them jigs down. Drop them jigs down. 180 feet, guys. Grill, grill, grill. Lay it on them, lay it on them. Motor Vessel Malihini, channel 22.
This is a heck of a battle, huh? Fred, it's pulling hard, isn't it, man?
Oh, yeah.
Good job, my friend.
Belly hook?
Yeah, swimming right underneath me right now. Dude, it's all around the boat here. Very nice school. Very nice school. Let's go, guys. Throw that bait, guys. Throw that bait. Throw that bait. Throw that.
Fred, sorry, man.
Damn it.
So you didn't catch it on a jig?
No, it wasn't a jig.
You got some line on you.
And Freddie did a great job on that fish. Man, that was a heartbreak. And there were others also. You saw Steve Bermudez. He had his hook straightened out on that 7X Junior. I'll tell you, we lost, I think, 6 fish on those bluefin. We saw a lot of yellowfin tuna also that didn't want to bite. Not huge spots, but we saw some significant spots of YFT. It portends great things for the future, but on this particular trip, it was tough. And perhaps Travis Bright, just a delightful guy who always has something positive to say in comments on our YouTube channel. He was on board, such a nice gentleman. Texted me at the end of catching no fish and a long day and said it was the people on board who made that trip so special. Travis, welcome to the Friedman Adventures family. And I got to tell you, real quick here, happy birthday, John Moore, who was on the trip. I was involved in some sleep deprivation. I only had 1 hour of sleep in 48 hours, so I was sleeping upstairs on a buoy. I just crashed right on the deck. I had to get some wink so I could make it home safely. And leave it to Dale Grauberger and his lovely wife, who went out of their way to go to Costco, noticed it was John's birthday, buy a birthday cake, and have a little birthday celebration in the galley while yours truly was snoring away. Happy birthday, John. It was really a great one in terms of that. All right, other boats did get off and find some kelps, and they produced. San Diego, 57 yellowtail and a dorado. You find that lucky kelp, you're likely to get bit. Those yellows on the kelps have been nice fish. I'm talking 8 to 15 pound fish. They have really been biting well when you get on those kelps. There's more dorado, there's more yellowfin. That subtropical stuff is continuing to move up. Grande, 20 guys. 51 yellowtail, 2 yellowfin tuna, 9 dorado. And then overnight boats still doing good. The Poseidon, he said, you know, before I go and look at that bluefin where we were, I'm going to go out and see if I can find a kelp. Found it. 2-day limits of yellowtail. Old Glory, 69 yellows, 12 dorado. And saw all that bluefin that we were seeing also that just wants to tease. It really does. It's really frustrating. But once again, as I continue to say, most of the fish that had been caught previous to our Malihini trip and previous to yesterday were 20 to 40 pound, 60 pound bluefin tuna. And guys were asking me, do I bring the heavy? And I said, yes, 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 because you just never know. And bam, boom, it's all big fish. And that's when you've got to have the heavy. You got to have those 2-speed reels, 100 pound, and you got to be able to turn the screws to those fish. So many people on that Malihini trip. Thank you for being there. We'll do it again August 19th, and that's when redemption will be headed our way. I hope you can make that one. And Bill Wilkerson and crew, you guys did a fantastic job. Down there in Ensenada, I do want to mention that trolling those Mad Max still very effective on bluefin tuna. They're catching BFT down there. But, you know, of course, they're starting to turn their attention toward the kelps and starting to catch more and more kelp patty fish. So that is really, really good news also. And I must say, there's a significant amount of yellowfin tuna. Sean Hardigan from the Mission Bell broke that story here a few days ago, talking about all the yellowfin he was seeing. And I saw it with my own eyes yesterday. There's a lot of it around. It has not acclimated. It has not settled. It's not biting yet. I wonder if you drop down to 12 pound. I mean, who wants to do that, seriously? But I'm just thinking out loud. If you drop down to really light line with a chovy, if you wouldn't hang a couple more of those fish. But you know what's going to happen. You're going to see those yellowfin. You're going to fly line a bait with 12 pound, and there's going to be a big bluefin that's going to swallow you up, and then you just kiss it goodbye. So I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just wondering out loud if that would perhaps change the situation. So really great show for us, but really big goose egg also. We'll hopefully get that redemption August 19th when we get back there. All right. Let me talk to you about some islands now, and I'll start you down there. Todos Santos Islands off Ensenada, Baja California. Down in that neck of the woods, we continue to see really good barracuda fishing, calico bass, few yellowtail. Up there at the Coronado Islands, those conditions just for the past 48 hours have been off. You know, areas like the Ribbon and Middle Grounds and, you know, all those zones. That water turned kind of greenish, and it's still that way. It's gone from the high 60-degree range up to 70s now, 72 in some of those areas. So you would think that that's going to get on the bite again real soon. But that water color, that it's really changed, and it's got those fish off the bite there. Now, There are some yellows being taken there. There's some good barracuda fishing, but it's way down from what it was. Moving you up here and checking out areas like San Clemente Island, where the Thunderbird fished yesterday. Not a bad day. I mean, they had double digits on the yellowtail with 11 yellowtail, hooked a few more, most of it in the 12 to 20 pound class, a few smaller, a few bigger than that. Nice weather and 72-degree water. Hopefully that place is going to get going a little bit better. We've seen some pretty decent fishing there with some scores in the 30s and 40s at times, but once again, you do deal with the sea lions, and they are an A1 pain in the neck. It's been really difficult with the sea lions there, but not bad. And they also had, I think, 40 bass, something like that. Decent day. Other boats that were there also with similar type scores or less than that. Of course, there's been some conking going on at Santa Barbara and San Nicolas Island on the sea bass. We're going to have one more day of weather at Nick and Santa Barbara. This afternoon, it's going to get nasty out in that neck of the woods. Hopefully, it'll settle down and we'll get back to some good fishing. And then, as we move into Sunday and the weekdays, that weather's going to come down. So hopefully, that water temp, it did drop. It'll get back up, and those sea bass will start biting again. The Navigante out of Redondo on a 1.5-day trip. They've had some good sea bass luck lately. They didn't have good sea bass on their last trip, but nobody else did either. They had good rockfish. They had a halibut, a couple bluefin, and one of those BFTs up there around 80 pounds. And as I say, that bluefin is just everywhere. It seems to be all over the place. So hopefully we're going to see that bluefin switch go on and stay on, because we certainly watched a lot of that fish ourselves. At Catalina Island, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not wide open, okay? You got to pick at it, and you just have to really go down to lighter line. You got to fish 15 pound there. Fluorocarbon will really do it. I prefer a chovy if you have chovies for bait. If you're going to fish a sardine, make it a good hot one. Same thing on the chovy, by the way. But chovy seems to be working a little bit better, so keep that in mind. Light line, small hook, native sun, good mix of bonita, bass, barracuda, hook to yellow, and a similar kind of situation for most guys at Catalina Island. Not wide open, but good action, picking away at the stuff. Hopefully that's going to kick back into gear. Channel Islands, there's still plenty of sea bass up there. You could argue that if you took the wind out of the, well, no, just even with the wind, that the Channel Islands has had some of the best fishing anywhere in Southern California this particular year. And I mentioned the wind. They've lost a lot of days due to wind, but so has everybody else. It's just been a windy year. But they have had great sea bass fishing up there. Some hits and misses. Yesterday, Aloha Spirit, they had 16 guys with a yellowtail, 7 white sea bass, and they had a nice mix of bass, barracuda, and bonita. So that's still going on there. Up there in that neck of the woods, you go from a 10-ounce torpedo, fishing dropper loop, to fishing a sliding egg sinker in the short water. They love to run and gun up there on sea bass, going from sonar mark to sonar mark. So that is really a lot of fun up there in that neck of the woods. The coastal areas, for the most part, are really hit and miss, except for one place, which I'll tell you about here in a second. But up and down the coast, we're not seeing a whole heck of a lot. There is some Dorado, by the way, on kelps just outside of Dana Point and areas like that. The Clemente the other day had a Dorado, so that is interesting. But in terms of the bass bite, it's kind of picky and scratchy. A lot of shorts, a few barracuda here and there. Same thing up here in the LA Orange County area. A lot of guys fishing rockfish and sculpin on the weekends, trying to provide excellent table fare for their passengers. I get that. And if there's no surface bite, that's what you got to do. So once again, it's later in July right now. You would think that we'd be catching surface fish, but this year is a weird one. It's going to be late, obviously, if it's going to happen at all, so we'll keep our eyes on it. But we go up to Ventura Sport Fishing, and my friend Cody Rogers on the Island Spirit. Excellent fishing going on there on the Island Spirit. They ended up with 10 guys catching 100 barracuda for limits of gar, lots of iron fish. You don't want to fish that gar any other way than on the iron. That is the best way to catch barracuda. I guarantee you, you'll have a lot of fun doing that. And they do have a little bit of room on Sunday, so 805-676-3474. Make sure you give them a call and jump on board there. Surf fishing, really good in some areas. You can see these 2 rods behind me here. These guys are trying to catch a halibut. They've got live bait, and I'm telling them they're going to catch a fish here very, very soon. On the beaches, you know, from Orange County, San Diego, all the way up. A lot of yellowfin croaker now. They love to bite that chrome crocodile. I like a 3/4 ounce. Watch the wave. When it breaks, cast behind it as far as you can, and then wind, and you'll get lots of bites. Spot fin croaker, there's a lot of that. They want natural baits and really good corvina fishing right now. Light line, ghost shrimp, sand crabs are great. You can dig them up yourself. You don't have to spend any money. Sandworms also work really, really well. And you sight fish those. You'll see those things swimming uphill. You run up, get in front of them, and you can really, really do well. All right, everybody, that does it for the morning briefing. I'm going to get a little more sleep, and then, of course, I'll be keeping you in touch with the very, very latest. It was a great group of people on the Malihini and a great crew, and I got to see so many friends in San Diego and people introducing themselves to me down there as I was walking around, and I'll never forget how grateful I am for that. I really, really appreciate all of that. All right, August 19th, we'll get them on our next Malihini trip. I hope you can be there, and I thank you very, very much for joining us here on the Friedman Adventures morning briefing. All right, there's a young man over here, right here. This young man, he doesn't want to be on camera, but I'm going to put him on camera right now. There he is. These guys are down here surf fishing. A couple of really nice people. Muy amable gente. And of course, I just wanted to get him in here. All right, everybody, thanks. Have a great day. I'll see you on another morning briefing really, really soon.